In number 4, we're going to try to write an equation for the line that's graphed for us here. There's 2 points on the line that are going to help. One is at -5, -3, and then the other one crosses the y-axis at 0, -2. And if I've got points like that, I should be able to write an equation for this line that fits this form. This is probably our most usable form of an equation for a line. This is slope-intercept form. It tells us the slope of the line, and it tells us where it intercepts the y-axis. Okay, so when you've got an equation like this, your y is just going to stay as a variable y, and your x is going to stay as a variable x, because every point on that line is made up of an x and a y coordinate. Okay, what's going to change, what we need to fill in here, is the m and the b value. Okay, so the m really stands for what our slope is, and the b value is where we see the intercept, okay, at the y-axis. Okay, so if I look over here, the b is real easy to find in this case. It's listed for us. It crosses at -2, so I'm going to have a b value at -2. Remember, the y stays as is, the x stays as is. I just need to find my slope now. And slope, if you remember this, is rise over run. So to get from one point to the next, and I'm going to go from this point to this point, how far up do I rise and how far over do I run? Well, I have a rise of 1, and I've got a run of 5. So my slope in this case is 1/5. I now have a full equation for this line. Y equals 1/5 x minus 2. And what that allows me to do is to find any point on this line. So for example, if I wanted to find out, let's say I plug in 2 for my x, and I multiply 1/5 times 2 and then I subtract 2, that's going to be equal to what I get here as my y value. When x is 2, what is my y? I could do the same thing if I wanted to plug in, oh sorry, that was -2 that I was showing you over here. I could do the same thing for any other point on this graph. If I wanted to say, well, let's plug in a -4 for x, and I multiply by 1/5 and I subtract 2, -4 is going to give me whatever this value is here on the graph. So that's the nice thing about having an equation for the line. It allows you to find any point.